And hello, I am back to my old model for the time being because the new model isn't quite ready yet. But welcome to the table, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I'm coming through nice and loud. I think I had to mess with my sound settings because my microphone is further away. And I should have seen that coming. The background will change. I'll get rid of the green screen once, not a Pokemon, once, I get the house all set up and whatnot. But in the meantime, like and subscribe if you're in YouTube land. Hit the follow button. We are at 99 followers over in Twitch land, so we could use one more follower. Hit that pretty 100. Get away from that stupid 99 that's been haunting me for about a week now. My avatar is going to be slightly off. I did... Ooh, Pat. I did start to set up with the new avatar. Not quite ready yet. Welcome to the table, Crystal. And yeah, we'll go ahead and go live here in a second. No other announcements other than we need one more follower. One more follower would be fantastic. And possibly getting my hand tracking working again. Let's get the table up and everybody in the room. Huh? Huh?
I believe you told me about it.
We're live. At least on my side.
Yeah, it's from Terry Brooks. That's the author. Also, hi.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, Magic Kingdom for sale. It's a great book series.
Thanks for the sub. Well, we got 99 followers, I should have said. I'm sorry, Dream. I said that wrong. I keep on screwing up the word for subscriber and follower. I'm at 99 followers and it's driving me up a wall. Thank you, Epic.
It's because YouTube is
reversed.
What Twitch calls followers, YouTube calls subscribers.
Yeah.
Shout out as well to Mike Oxlong and Dixie Normus.
What?
You've never heard of Dixie Normus? She's the smallest gal in this side of the sky.
Epic Bro just did some shout outs.
Okay.
Through donation.
Wonderful.
What about Amanda Hug and Kiss?
She turns tricks in Bramwell's basket.
Rude.
And now I can mute this. And then get
you say that, but there's a certain owl deer baker there.
Are you being bludgeoned?
With love.
I was loved to death. I am now dead.
Oh no.
I was telling a friend about some of the stuff we'd been dealing with. He's very interested in our D&D session.
Oh dear.
Then he should fucking show up and watch your stream, shouldn't he?
Yes, he should.
Yeah.
And hit that follow button so
No,
I can get away from 99.
I don't think he's home at the moment.
Well, we got a YouTube channel. We got...
This is why you're not allowed to be a DM.
Oh no?
Beerus tried to take control of the game by having rocks fall on everyone.
Oh.
But no. Here, we'll just punish him in the Discord server. Hold on.
Oh no.
Where's that sticker? Let's see. There's the memory. There's... Oh, Dice Rain. There. Too late. Too late. By the way, I have a Discord server. If you guys over in Taya's land want to join, just come over to my channel really quickly. There's a link in the below my video thingamajigger. You can watch us be us.
Yeah, there's nonsensory that happens every once in a while in the Discord thing.
Also, I've just thought of something silly.
Oh?
It's the pun kind of silly.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
And it was inspired by what Beerus said.
Oh?
So what if in a campaign happened that rocks fall, everyone dies? But it's just that a bunch of giant birds fell out of the sky and went splat as they landed.
Rude.
That would be super concerning, though. That's on par with like birds just randomly falling out of the sky and dying.
Also, I like the fact that the warrior limit break in 14 is rocks rise, everybody lives.
Yep.
Pretty great.
I guess we should let Key recap here shortly, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Noodles.
It's time for the transition.
Oh boy.
Ba-bum. I was off the floor is yours.
Right then. Oh dear lord, there is 13 frickin' pages.
Hashtag not my fault.
It's all your fault, but in the good way. Session 53, Stalking Stories. After returning through the previous chambers, the crew make it to the Half Moon Room. Now there are 2 frozen draconic gargoyles in the room. They bear forearms each, and both gargoyles are holding out a singular hand. It is obvious what needs to be placed in their hands. Minuet suggests giving the orbs to the gargoyles from their corresponding sides of the room, even though it probably didn't matter. The left trials to the left gargoyle, the right trials to the right gargoyle. On that note, the fox asks if he might borrow Ix's book of Seah for a while. She is briefly confused, but is happy enough to comply. Casting Skim, Minuet begins to quickly digest the information of the holy text. He is searching for anything that puts reverence towards direction or orientation. Noticing what his friend is doing, Darren briefly pokes the fox to share some amount of his personal insight into linguistics. While there is a lot of strangeness about directions in the religious tome, a recurring theme is that intelligence is prized over might by Seah. So perhaps it would be better to hand over the intelligence trials orb first. Ceres counters that perhaps holding onto that orb longer is the appropriate measure. While this is considered, Minuet tries to detect nearby constructs, but doesn't sense anything yet. Unwilling to go into things unprepared, the tiefling imbues herself and her allies with protection from cold energies. Hooray, 120 points of cold damage protection. Once Idras places the orbs in the gargoyles' hands, the pair look disappointed. Both gargoyles hold out weapons as if to invite battle, but blah, words. There's an extra word there, but only receives pats for their troubles. Turning around, the gargoyles slot the orbs in the pillars and vanish, and the doors open. Beyond the doors is a set of stairs sized for medium creatures flanked on either side by icy slides. On the floor is carved "Fun," with arrows pointing left and right. In an amount of excitement, Minuet pulls out Navnik to get ready to use as a sled, and offers a backup shield to Ixidras, so she might as well. Not one to pass up a rare opportunity at fun, Ix happily takes the shield.
Oh,
Sears
also, minor correction.
Yeah,
I
no,
did
no.
not want to use Navnik as a sled.
You ended up not. Don't worry, it's accounted for.
Okay.
Sears briefly muses about the idea of using tombs as theme parks, similar to how this one is. Once prepared, Minuet hops onto one of his backup shields, attempting to surf on it, only to fall on his rear. Ix attempts to do the same, although she falls on her ass as well.
Just so we're clear, she is not thinking about renovating random tombs into theme parks.
This is
She's,
correct.
she is talking about how, as head of a religious order now, that she could totally make dictates like this, and that would be fucking funny.
Yep.
And also very in character.
For his part, Darren watches this happen as his 2 friends suddenly swerve into the walls, only to later pop out at the bottom of the stairs, slightly disoriented. Deciding to take a slide, the dragonkin sees that there are multiple ice sculpture masterpieces hidden behind the walls as a reward for taking the fun route. Although poor Minuet is still picking themselves up by the time Darren reaches the bottom, Darren narrowly missing the fox as he slides to a halt. Cirrus also takes a slide, gaining a similar sight to her 3 companions. Notably, the last stair of the staircase is labeled "No Fun." Before the crew is one last set of doors, written on them an epitaph in the draconic language. Much of it is the standard fare for such a grandiose individual, such as demands of respect as well as the achievements of the Lunar Dragon. Pushing open the doors, the captain reveals the final chamber. What looks like moonlight bathes this room, which seems to be made of stone. There's a pedestal with what appears to be a full dragon skeleton laying upon it. The light of the moon casts the walls in an unnatural blue. It is here the unnatural cold hits the crew in full force, breaking past all defenses against it. Of the four, Minuet seems to be made sluggish by this supernaturally frigid atmosphere. Simply gazing at the skeleton for a few moments, Ixodrax shakes her head and pulls out her scroll of Speak with Dead. Oh, that rhymed, haha. As the magic is cast, the four watch as an effigy of an ancient lunar dragon inhabits the bones and sits up. It starts acting grandiose, then notices Ix and breaks all formality, as is tradition apparently. The sorceress is picked up in spite of herself while the dragon spirit takes in the situation. Explanations are attempted by the crew to tell Ix's ancestor about Ixa's current status. As it so happens, originally Ixa was left a portion of the lunar dragon's powers so she could carry on, and once she died, his power was to be returned so he could rest in peace. As it so happens, that didn't occur. So Ixodras's ancestor decides he will teach her something to deal with Ixa, but it will require the other three leave while he teaches her. Although he will teach her on the caveat that she will only use the technique once. Ix ends up shooing your friends out, though not before they compliment the lunar dragon's tomb, especially his slides, which he personally requested be put in. She also casts mage armor on herself and Minuet, just in case things go down in short order. Once the other three leave, the lunar dragon uses magic to shut the doors and asks his descendant if she'd like to learn to dance. He explains after a moment that the dance is a form of ritualistic magic, telling her to think of it as somatic components. The spirit then shifts down to a half-dragon shape, offering her to dance. Wow, I'm repeating a lot in these notes. This magic is specifically to drain his power from someone or something, and being interrupted in the dance requires starting over. The dance will require 10 rounds to complete. A full frickin' minute, by the way. We have to survive a frickin' minute keeping Ixa off Ix.
Mm-hmm.
While Ix is free to scream or shout or do whatever during the dance, her ancestor always preferred to sing. She also receives several kind compliments from her ancestor as he finishes teaching her. When done with the dance, he asks if there's anything else he might be able to teach her. Ixodras has nothing more she feels she needs to learn from her ancestor, although he does congratulate her on the twins. Then he asks if she wants to leave the fun way or the normal way. Obviously, she wants the fun way. Going back to his full shape, the lunar dragon counts down from 3. At the end of the count, the doors blow open with a gust of icy wind, and the entirety of the crew are blown out of the tomb and out into the soft snow outside. Friend just watches everyone fly overhead and fall into the snow. They are covered head to toe in snow and have been playing all the while. Once the crew are up, Darren begins to direct his allies down the mountainside. Though not before Minuet and Nix decide to attempt the shield sliding thing again to get down the mountain fast. They start to go, and then just sink into the soft, fresh powder. Sadly a bit disappointing, but not entirely surprising. By the time it starts to get dark, the Lunar Nimbus crew make it to the biome boundary, choosing to stay inside it for now to save on cleansing tabs. Camp is made, and Friend gets brushed down by Minuet to remove the snow from its fur. Friend seems to enjoy the brushing and will lay on the fox during the night like a big dog. Darren takes the time to send his communication stone off to his boss, warning her about Friend and the swords the crew will be bringing to Sean. Cirrus eventually steps out and crosses her arms, looking out at the forest and going, well? Suddenly all the trees in the forest have doors. Circling the name in her black book, she enters one of them, or tries when she sees the brick wall that says wrong door and an arrow pointing at the snow with holy area written on it. She returns to camp, intent on trying again when outside the holy zone. The next day, Darren gets turned around, losing the crew a quarter of a day before Minuet tells them they're going wrong direction. Sadly, due to this embarrassing circumstance, they don't get far outside the snowy biome today. Though it does mean Circe gets her chance to try a door again. She enters into a familiar office, presenting the black book to her ancestor. The tiefling demands to know the details of this particular individual and what her business-oriented devil of a grandcestor once done to him. Generally speaking, violence appears to be the repercussions for whatever went down. A folder is soon slid over to Cirrus, providing her information on her target. This particular devil has been inhabiting the firstborn son of a particular family line, and apparently is repulsed by the smell of apricots. Though there is space for a second weakness in the file, it is left blank for the moment, and this devil projects a fake weakness of hating cherries. Cirrus's ancestor informs it's really old business, and wonders how she feels over the fact her target inhabits human bodies. Also asks if she could bottle his rival's screams. She can't, so she won't, but she appreciates the information and leaves fairly promptly once business is concluded. During the walk, there comes a point where a friend begins walking behind everyone, drawing a bit of attention in doing so. Seeing this, Minuet casts a spell on himself, making himself look spooky, recasting the spell every so often out of caution.
Spooky, spooky.
A vine from above lashes out at Darren, plucking the dragonkin from the ground with surprising ease, hefting him off his feet. Now that they see it, the crew view a large mass of grasping, dangling vines up in the trees. In the center of the mass is some sort of snapping beak. We fight the forbidden veggie spaghetti.
Because I ran out of good enemies to throw at you all.
We do that a lot.
Monster manual. You all roll too damn high!
I can't.
Can we roll high not on the Doom dice, please?
Right?
That's why there's so many pages. We fight the forbidden spaghetti.
Yep.
Yep.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. No.
No more of that.
Yep.
But eventually Ixaddress just makes it go flying with some battering blasts. Because why not? Ix has a free battering blast every day.
Or make McPasta.
Never make a big pasta.
I mean, don't tempt the
Wait.
noodle cook on this board of this ship. I'm pretty sure whatever they
Wait,
brought him,
there's-
he has made food out of.
There
Okay,
is a pasta expert in Taigo's chat.
Yes, Simple wishes to know what is this forbidden spaghetti. Also, it's going well, Gaming Otaku. How are you?
I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically plant matter.
I was about to say it.
Also, it's spaghetti squash.
Anyway. While this nuisance isn't a new miasma beast, Darren does make note of it all the same, writing it down as a canopy creeper.
There it is. That's what it's called. Look it up. You can make spaghetti out of that.
Veggie spaghetti, specifically. When the camp is made, Darren excuses himself from watch duty for the night, choosing to rest and recover from the annoyance that was the canopy creeper. Minuet and Ixaddress take the night's watches, sharing the second one together by choice. As Minuet is watching for danger, he gets the awkward feeling something is out there, but not sure what. Cirrus, meanwhile, has a terrible nightmare as she sleeps in her tent. She's back in Shastag going to a meeting, pantsless, as is everyone else at the meeting. She wakes up screaming, awakening everyone and anyone and everyone else. The others rush to the tiefling's tent to check on her. Once she's calmed down, Cirrus states that the mists are her second least favorite place. As far as it seems, it was only a bad dream. Pondering this, as Cirrus and Minuet assume mist shenanigans are going on, Darren asks if any of them know a spell that might protect against these sort of things. Minuet recalls a spell to shield one while they sleep, and with some aid from his tome, Darren crafts a dream catcher and casts a spell over Cirrus. In order to not waste the magic, Cirrus admonishing raise herself into unconsciousness, sleeping soundly after. Just the go-to-sleep slap to forehead. Ix, meanwhile, has been staying in bed with full confidence in her crew. As all return to sleep or watch, Minuet continues to feel as though he is being watched. Notably, Friend leaves Ix's tent, circles the camp a few times in confusion before going back in. Using some magic to heighten his senses, the fox tries to discern what is skulking about in the night. As the second watch rolls around, Minuet wakes Ixaddress and they share the watch together. The catfolk also notices the strange presence and squints out into the dark. Minuet begins sweeping the camp with detect magic and constructs, scouting the perimeter with some dancing lights for good measure. While he can sense magic, he can't pinpoint the location. He makes an offhand note about having to nuke the surrounding area to catch whatever it is, but Ix almost takes it seriously for a moment. Almost. At least until her fiancé stops her. Eventually, the kitsune goes down to rest, leaving Ixodress to the final watch period as he plays a lullaby to himself. Night goes on, and eventually day breaks. As the crew pack up in the morning and continue their travels, the presence does not go away. While Minuet suggests Darren try a spell that might purge invisibility, Cirrus suggests another spell to know the enemy. The Dragonkin goes for the latter spell, Minuet noting that they haven't encountered any form of wildlife in the past day. No pop crabs or mistbats or anything they've usually encountered. As the others converse, Darren suddenly speaks in a riddle about some unseen hunter king or spirit that is best left unseen and unspoken to or of. Traveling throughout the day with an amount of tenseness and alertness. Assigning watch. Wow, there's just a gap there.
The gap! It has come. It has come for us all.
Oh no.
The funny thing is that it's actually within Key's notes, a clothing store is manifested.
What? Oh, good, thanks. The crew eventually make camp. Sorry, that needed to be added. Y'all shut up.
We figured out what happened to all the pants. They ended up at the gap.
Red.
I'm about to stop recapping for y'all. God damn it.
Look, it's not my fault that I've been watching a bunch of creepypasta ritual videos lately, and am now into the idea
It is
of
your fault.
things just non-Euclideanly showing up in places.
No, now I have something for Ulrich. Go ahead, do your recap. I'll joke about this later.
Fucking haunted abandoned gap in the manufactorum.
Haunted
So-
abandoned gap.
Well, you remember that one shot?
I remember. Let me finish my freaking recap, damn it.
Okay, sorry.
Assigning watches, Minuet
Okay,
has
so
Darren.
glad. Epic Pro just said something that I need to relay to everyone else. Does the Vine Creeper count as creepypasta?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Moving
Okay.
on, so I can
Okay.
finish and we can play. I've only got 3 more pages.
Okay.
Assigning watches, Minuet has Darren join him for the first watch, himself through second watch, and Ixodras for the third. With no objections, the crew set about camp, sheltered by the cleansing stave. Which I did pick up. I totally remembered to pick that up.
Yep. Otherwise,
Once
there's a cleansing tree out there. Go ahead.
Yeah, and we don't want that. Darren's not that stupid. Once again, Cirrus has a nightmare that wakes her, and this one didn't take particularly long to happen. When she asks if there's anything in the riddle knowledge about nightmares, Darren is silent for an uncomfortably long time. He cryptically answers that the chosen prey of this creature lose their sanity to keep it at bay. In response, the Cirrus decides she'll be preparing overwhelming firepower for spells, and Ixodras hands her a book of Ix for if she really needs it. This situation is so potentially dire that Darren doesn't even complain about the exchange. Though Minuet does express an amount of concern for the number of books Ix has managed to accrue, Cirrus attempts to return to sleep, and watches resume. After he's certain Cirrus is asleep, Minuet asks Navnik to keep an eye on her, laying the animate shield near to the priestess. While Navnik flops indignantly somehow, he does remain there. During the second watch, Minuet even hears what sounds like breathing a few times, but does not dare to look. He relays the breathing sound's presence to Ix when it's her turn for watch, and heads to bed. Ix, however, does not hear breathing, only feeling the uncomfortable presence. Cirrus has another nightmare and awakens again, getting increasingly pissed off. Navnik turns into its dragon shape, then wakes Minuet to deal with Cirrus, then goes to sleep. A tired fox asks his friend if she's okay. Expressing frustration, Cirrus grumbles while Minuet returns to bed after a few moments. She, too, attempts to return to bed while she can. For Ixodras, she notices that not even the crickets are sounding in this silent night. Day breaks eventually, and the crew make it back to the ship just before noon. As they board the Lunar Nimbus, they hear a creak, Ix pointing in its direction briefly before Dat bursts out of the ship with a mop and a chicken. Dat demands to know what that is, and it takes a moment before they realize Dat is referring to Friend, whom they've gotten used to being around. Once Dat's fears are assuaged, and Ixodras ensures Friend won't eat Mary, Darren tells his allies to gather in his room once the ship is above mist. Weirdly enough, Friend follows Dad around for reasons unknown. It's a rough launch, but only a minor scratch marring the Lunar Nimbus's planning. With much too many get chagrined, since he's the one who's the words. It's not a recap until I words.
Sorry.
Look, my tongue was tying over itself. I needed to fix it.
Somebody please draw that.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Wait.
Okay.
Wait, why do
Darren,
I have a
Darren.
cheese square over myself?
Oh, somebody threw cheese at you. I had to load it. So you have a
Oh.
cheese square on you now.
Okay. I have a cheese pocket square. I'm okay with this.
It's also a ping image, so it's got the transparent background, obviously.
Anyway. Much to Minuet's chagrin, since he's the one who will need to buff that out. When the crew gather in Darren's quarters, he explains what he knows of the Rikitavi, the hunting spirit that he believes may be stalking them. It's a disturbingly small amount of information and hearsay, all of it adding up to the Rikitavi being an invulnerable predator and protector of forested territories. Eventually, Darren asks Minuet to collect Friend to ask the creature a few questions. As he goes to find the mistouched, he sees Friend watching Dat cook and begging. Dat makes mention of things being heavy, which is a concern, but the rope dragon gives Minuet a cookie to lure Friend over to Darren's cabin. After Darren casts True Speech, he asks Friend a few more questions about the entity that Friend was made to flee. Unfortunately, there is little more to be learned besides the fact Friend's master saw it and was eventually killed by it. These frightening revelations drive Ixodras and Minuet to get up on deck to start piloting towards the nearest high-population settlement. As they move past the galley, Dat comments that, "Oh, it's that." Darren continues to converse with Cirrus, warning her not to see or listen to the spirit, let alone speak to it. The tiefling concludes the easiest way to manage this trip is to curse herself with blindness and deafness. Seeing this as his responsibility to an extent, Darren decides he'll be helping Cirrus around the ship during the trek to Olbin. The Dragonkin then leaves Cirrus to go check with Ix and Minuet the kind of course they'll be taking. It takes all of Cirrus's willpower to avoid speaking to the spirit, feeling its presence just outside the door to Darren's quarters. During the trip, Darren casts Dream Shield on the tiefling before she sleeps each night, although that doesn't abate the sensations she feels during the day. Ixodras and Minuet push themselves and the Lunar Nimbus to make it to a settlement in as short a time as possible, piloting the vessel for over 24 hours straight just to make it to Olbin as soon as possible.
No, we were doing 22-hour stretches
Yeah.
I'll fix.
because yeah.
I will fix that then.
Yeah.
During this brief trip, Darren interrogates Dat on the Rikitavi, but finds it was only a children's scary bedtime story, even from his time. This is frustrating, and it doesn't help that both Darren and Dat witness indications of the spirit's presence in Darren's room sitting next to Cirrus. After a bit of fumbling, the ranger leads his friend to the kitchen and sits her down, not wanting to leave her alone. Ix and Minuet, after staying up for over 48 hours, decide to stop and take an actual rest for the night. Unfortunately, the presence still hasn't left the ship by then. As they come down to the galley, they see the fiasco happening on the ship. Minuet suggests to Darren that perhaps it would be better for Cirrus to operate under her own power than remove the blindness and deafness. Stressed and somewhat begrudging, Darren agrees that it may be for the best. Sadly, the Dragonkin has no good solutions right now and isn't finding any soon. As Minuet gives Cirrus the signal to cure herself, Darren asks Minuet, once the fox is rested, to try communing with Sunsuna. The reason being that this spirit, the Rikitavi, acts similar to a malicious trickster. The Kitsune also asks if he can bring his cards into this, which the Dragonkin acquiesces to, after Minuet rests. Cirrus expresses an amount of frustration she can't hit the spirit, but does say both she and Embario are feeling more and more that this is a thing that should be wiped off the face of the skies, since its predatory behaviors are quickly starting to borderline evil.
All I have to say about a previous misspeaking is, wow, what are we going to do on the bed, Dragon Kun?
Shut up. I'm trying my best. There's a lot to recap.
All right, let's go back to the
Okay.
regular table and give Key a break.
It's just hard to do so many words.
You
Yeah.
do
Well, I mean,
fantastic. Have you heard me
during-
read? Holy God.
During the actually during like the stream with the doing the creepypasta stuff, I do recall Taigo making those sounds at least once or twice. So
What
yeah.
the blah 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 blah?
Or something similar.
Yeah, I do that.
How many times did I last time I read a big scene? How many times did I trip over my damn self?
Oh,
I feel like we need to give ourselves like the ability to breathe after a paragraph.
You're the ones
Sorry,
deciding not to do that.
I need to interrupt because I need to thank Haywood for the donation. Thank you so much for the donation. It means a
Aw.
ton to me. And you're a squishy cutie face, and everyone squished their face and called him cute. And
But I don't mean I'm literally not breathing. It's just like I keep going on and on and on and on, and I need to breathe properly.
take a moment is important.
That is hard to do, however, because I'm used to people interrupting.
Which
and
is
yeah,
really
Sorry.
that is like legitimately that is what I am doing when I I'm just resetting my tongue basically.
Bear in mind, I work in a corporate environment and have had to read scripts out, and in the middle of the script got blah, 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 blah. I'm a professional and I have to do that shit, so it's okay. You're fine. As I said earlier this week, I sent an email to my CEO. I forgot to hit spell check, and I definitely opened it with instead of hello hell. My CEO might have called me and been like, "So, that email that you sent me, hell to you too, by the way." And I was like,
Help me.
she's like, "You're supposed to be professional." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And she goes, "But it was really funny to see about without the B. I like that out. That's kind of what she should be doing right now." I was like, "Fuck."
Also,
Hey.
reminder for trackers.
Yeah.
Alright.
Trackers all
Alright.
seem good actually, except for Minuet's is down by a minute, I think.
Yeah. Give me a moment. Let me load thing.
Yeah, mine's fine.
Loitering. Okay. Granted, I typed that email in like a minute and a half, and it was 2 paragraphs of information that she absolutely needed to know, according to my boss's boss's boss, and she actually didn't need any of that information whatsoever, but I was time rushed, so...
Okay.
But, yes. Not a Pokemon, by the way. Why am I
Dang.
leaning back?
Y'all and y'all's not being Pokemon. Y'all should be Pokemon. Pokemon are great.
Well, when
Okay,
when
but
Pokeroll happens.
well, allow me to raise a counterpoint. Ow! I'm not a Pokemon either. Allow me to raise a counterpoint. I don't want to get C&D'd by Nintendo.
That's fair.
I also enjoy being a dragon, thank you. So,
There's dragon
being
types.
being a Pokemon wouldn't stop you from being a dragon.
but I like being me too. So, there are cards on the tape. Ow. I believe Vari was going to do a thing right away this session. He should explain.
Well, it's probably gonna be the next day thing, but yes.
Guess I
Yeah.
get-
So, where'd my cards go? Fuck.
They're in the middle of the
Oh,
table.
they're over there. Okay, there. I was just looking on the wrong side of the table. Okay, so
Ow!
Taigo, you're the one that this most strongly affects, Sears.
Of course.
So think up a question of how to solve this problem somehow.
Okay. My question is, how do we kill it?
Oh, that might not be those types of cards. Give me a moment.
I've been boxed. How many tennis balls do you guys have?
Okay, so how do we kill it? That sounds like a strength question.
No, not a
Harrowing,
Pokemon.
war, battle, and honor. Yeah, strength. Let's do
Viv.
these cards. Let me shuffle. Okay, so here's a deck of cards. Draw a card from it.
Viv.
And flip it and see what you've got.
Sorry, what was that?
Flip it and see
And
what you
flip it
got.
and see what you've got.
Wow. Perfect.
God damn it!
Absolutely perfect.
That's fantastic.
So that's like a quintuple entendre.
So I'm being
Shit.
hunted by fucking Swamp Thing.
No, that because you asked the question, that represents you.
So you have to eat it. Got it.
I mean, she also might be the little guy.
True.
Okay, so now
Got
stick
it.
it
Get the
back on.
boss. So serious is like, got it. Get the boss involved.
Okay, so flip. And we shuffle. And you're more than welcome to shuffle a couple times as well if you'd like.
What's the shuffle button?
You have to right click, I think.
Yep, it's the top button. Okay. Okay, and when you're done, I will begin the reading.
Alrighty, begins the reading.
Begin the reading, Crunk. Wrong reading.
But also, while doing this, Minuet will do some chicanery and cast the spell of ancestral communion.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna actually just do the thing though, and yeah, so Minuet's off to the side, pulling cards and doing chicanery and stuff. Okay, and come on. I don't think it'll let me draw because somebody's in the search function.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Meanwhile, Dad's cooking whatever the hell you brought him again.
We brought him back something. I forget what.
Moose, I think?
Oh, right. We
No.
had so much of that.
No, Moose God wasn't this time, was it?
No,
Yes.
it was. Well, not this venture down into the mist, but.
No, you
Wait,
guys
what?
bought Moose God this venture, yes.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we
Okay.
brought back Moose.
Okay, so the past. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
partially aligned, not partially aligned.
Okay, so the Queen Mother, the Peacock, and the Midwife. The Mountain Man. The Waxworks. And the Dance.
Got a Pokemon.
Okay, so both the past and the present are very muddy here. The marriage. The bear. And the joke.
Why is the bear wearing a fucking party hat?
Really, Sylvan?
Uh,
Why does
let's
my
see.
avatar keep on leaning back today? Holy crap.
Unaligned, partially aligned, partially aligned.
Yeah. This is a weird reading.
It is, but also it was a weird question.
Yeah.
Well, it was a fairly normal question.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, that's fair, but like, it's also a weird question given context.
Yeah, how do we kill it? And really, the cards just give me the feeling of I don't fucking know.
So you cast Ancestral Communion, right?
So +4 to knowledge.
Give me a second.
Okay.
I need to do this right. What the fuck? There we go. All right. I need to zoom out, I think, because it's being a butt. Really? Do you have to continue to rotate because I'm bringing across the table? That goes there. Let me make sure I did this right. I did. That goes specifically like that.
Oh, it's stacked though. You might want to split them just a little bit.
I'll let you fix that here in a moment, Ty. And then that goes there, I believe.
Okay.
Damn it. It's supposed to be like that specifically. Have fun.
Sylvantis claims that bear with the hat is their brother.
Didn't know you were Russian, Sylvan.
So I gather this is spectral a couple cards randomly slip out of the deck.
Pretty much.
Oh boy.
Also,
Well,
I just want to say that in my personal headcanon, that hero cards are actually pronounced Herot cards, just to fuck with people who know how to pronounce tarot cards.
okay, so yeah, Minuet will just kind of blink at the cards, and then oh
Oh.
that's not supposed to be there.
Yes, in that orientation too.
I'm gonna move this over just so that I can actually flip the other one and not. Oh. Oh. Um. Cirrus? Cirrus.
Yes.
That's the bad.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. And then. Okay, so.
Why am I not surprised?
Wait. Wait. Okay, that one's loud.
You're welcome.
Okay. Yeah, that's ah um I'm gonna need a little bit. And Minuet just kind of packs up his stuff and goes to his room.
Wonderful.
Hey, I've already got it.
Okay. Wait. Okay.
Do you need a few moments? Here, I'm gonna go get it.
Um.
I'm gonna go get a drink
Yeah.
while you do this because I think I
Yeah.
said it right, but we'll see because I screw up. But I think I know these cards well enough to have done that correctly.
Well, yeah. The eclipse is lawfully full card of wisdom. It represents loss of faith and purpose, and the subject's the subject's doubt about their abilities or prospects.
Good, I did do that right then. Absolutely did.
But it's inverted.
And yeah, it is the most inverted any card can ever be ever. And then the Demon's Lantern.
It's exactly aligned if it weren't upside down.
Yeah, but the more important part is the fact that it also uh came joined with a perfectly aligned the Fiend. So it's yelling at you.
And I have no idea what it's saying.
Um
It's basically saying that you are going to experience not a loss of faith or purpose, but to gain faith and or purpose.
or that's the solution. Give me a moment though. The Demon's Lantern. Chaotic Evil, card of dexterity. It represents an impossible situation of traps, mind tricks, and sleight of hand. And that is perfectly aligned.
So we are in advanced levels of bullshit here.
This is I'm pretty sure that this is telling you to I guess be I don't know. I guess to be confident in your beliefs, and but the fact that it's impossible. So I think that this is telling us, and also thanks. Yes, probably. Um, yeah. That no, this is above our pay grade, which is saying something considering our pay grade.
I was literally just about to say, we're like, we're god killers. Our pay grade is god killers.
Yeah, I'm thinking that this is above God Killer. Hmm.
Darren
So yeah.
just shuffles in with a venison sandwich.
I hate the mists.
Oh, good, you're a sensible person.
Let's see. Darren walks in.
He walks in with a venison sandwich.
Oh, damn it. That's right. Oh, where is it? Does that not exist in this deck? Nope, that'll do. Darren walks in.
What?
Oh no. Oh, a card. What? You fucking.
The spell
Yes,
isn't
what
over
you
yet.
doing? Ah, Jesus.
I got cheesed again. Oh, yay, Pats.
Carnival.
So, Venti, I will take away your tennis balls. All of them. However many you people have.
Wait, Carnival is wisdom. Yes.
Oh, did I make that happen?
Yeah, there's an active ancestral communion. There's probably it's probably yes or somebody or maybe
Oh. If your ancestor Yes is here, I apologize. I can't finish the ballad at the moment.
oh, it's okay though.
I have most of it, just not all of it.
It's fine.
It's fine. I can fill in the gaps with major image.
Okay. Oh, that's a. I'm not sure what that's considered as far as alignment, but yeah, that's illusions and false dreams. Is that complete? It's completely disaligned. That's. Don't fucking know that. Fucking damn it. Yep. So yeah. That's as much as we're gonna get from this, I'm pretty sure, hopefully. Maybe.
Okay, now can we define any of it in useful terms?
Don't be afraid. And it's bigger than our pay grade.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
How do we kill it?
Oh. I thought I made it clear you can't.
Oh, I decided to try.
Humor,
Yeah.
humor, Cirrus.
Yeah.
I mean, Ix is just gonna shrug and go. I mean, if I
Oh,
become
yeah.
strong enough to cast Wish, we can get rid of it that way, and that's about the only way I can think of.
I don't think there is any caster alive in Oleron that can cast Wish. It's a theoretical spell.
Yes, and I plan on reaching that point.
Look, all I'm saying, Sierra says, drumming her fingers on her hilt, is this is not the first time we've dealt with Be Not Afraid and above our pay grade.
Yes, and we had to take it to somebody who was above our pay grade for them to deal with it. And
Dang
we
it.
got lucky.
Go into the stack. Gosh darn it. Okay, well, here.
That card does not like the stack.
There they go. There they go. Cool.
All right. So you guys got a day's travel left. It sounds like you guys are going to probably push it, it sounds like. So I do need those rolls.
All right.
Well, yeah. What am I doing? Fort save?
No, you guys rusted
No,
if
you're
I'm not
doing.
mistaken. You
Okay,
guys
so
need to
just,
do the piloting.
Pilot.
Yeah.
Nat 20. I do the fast. We're there.
Fuck these speed limits!
I was a 33, by the way.
What?
So, you know, we got Sirius goes to bed, Darren casts the spell. You guys probably got just over a day and a half travel left. Ix gets up behind the wheel, looks at the throttle and says, you know what? And pushes it all the way up. Just leans back, puts on the shades, and says, yep.
Yeah.
Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Let's...
Drifting it into the fucking harbor.
So, low, medium, or high are you even giving a shit right now? Because apparently you're drifting in at high speeds and everybody's moving the fuck out of your way, because goddamn.
Quick, somebody roll a d4.
Okay. Oh, well, okay.
4.
4.
Guess, roll again.
3.
Hi.
High security.
Oh yeah, Ixodras is just, drifting right into the high security dock and right up to the dock perfectly.
Whip! And the dock attendants all casually walk up to the ship. And one of them goes, fine. 7 silver a day.
And
How long are you staying?
How many silver a day?
7.
Oh.
Not
too
bad.
annoyed, Darren.
So I just want to imagine that at least one of us prepared minor image during this, just to have appear beneath the ship as it was doing this. Professional driver on a closed course, do not attempt.
And then a guard walks up, looks up at the ship, and goes, impressive display.
Thank you.
Do you want your ticket framed?
Yes.
Well, pay for it yourself.
Ixodras just snorts in amusement.
It's a 2 gold fine for speeding. A lot of money for a per person. For you, probably nothing.
She just shrugs and goes, do I hand the money to you or the guard office?
Guard office.
Alright.
I did not charge you for reckless driving because that was flawless. You're welcome. Don't do it again.
I don't know if I would. Never mind. It's a good thing we know somebody here.
Look, all I'm saying is that at the level of funds we make, getting speeding tickets may be beneficial to us.
Oh.
Because like we could totally get there a lot sooner. But
yes, but then you have to. But I'm not gonna roll a 20 every time, which means odds are I'll end up getting reckless driving charges too.
Question: how many days do we want to be here?
Well,
at least a couple, just to make sure that.
well, we can also travel from here. Oh, I guess the question is do we want to fight Ixia at the town or just out in the wilderness somewhere?
I thought we were going to go to the place where there was an island, or rather, was an extension of land that no longer is.
Yeah, I figured we have to go there because that's where she is.
Okay.
And,
yeah, which is up here.
I need to fiddle with the timeline a little because during the time where we were zip zap zoobity bopping here, Cirrus did have something she needed to say to the crew.
Oh, go for it.
Okay, basically, she's just going to assemble, I guess, everyone who isn't Ix, who is busy flooring it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to address something. So, I'm sure with Gramps putting me meeting with Gramps puts everyone on edge, but it was worth it, at least in my opinion.
Well.
So, you know, the whole thing I've got going on with the book.
Mhm.
When we were at the fake bandit island, one of Gramps' dearest enemies lit up on it. Now, I don't like the old man, and I've no intention of actually being his attack dog.
Mhm.
Yes, this is the perfect time to demand a hat. Okay, but the way I figure it, the majority of the people in this book are probably at least a good portion as bad as he is. And the world might be better off without them. So I went to Gramps for some information. See if I couldn't learn what this guy did to piss Gramps off. Who knows? Maybe it's some ancient hero. It's not an ancient hero, by the way. I didn't get much, but I did learn he's possessing someone.
Oh.
Gonna have to learn how to do some sort of exorcism, man. I don't know. Because I don't want to go about hurting an innocent person. Also, the dude hates apricots and pretends to hate cherries. Somehow I feel that's less useful.
Actually, that could be incredibly useful. By infusing a circle of protection with the right thing, you could probably nauseate them out of their host.
Okay. Anyways, as far as I'm concerned, he's got the blood of at least 4 innocents on his hands. So after we reach town and unload some unwanted cargo, we've got to put that on our to-do list somewhere along the lines of save our friend's soul and end the bloodline curse left by the evil spirit.
It would also depend on the location of this person and if we can even get access to them.
Gelatinous cube hat.
Jello hat.
Cirrus is just going to drum her fingers on the book. Somehow I have a feeling doors will open for us if we need them to.
I see. Well, I mean, I'm down for whatever.
I think the only problem at the moment is time. We still have much preparation to do, and we've just lost some.
Yeah.
However,
Like I said, this isn't a time critical thing as far as I'm aware. I'm just saying that he's on our to-do list.
Where's he at?
Probably this island somewhere.
I was about to say, out of character, isn't there like a locate person spell or something like that we could use on the file?
There is, if you guys want to divert that far currently.
No,
No.
but it's one of those things for us to remember because it's like, oh yeah, there's an easy way to deal with that.
There's also probably a really easy way to deal with this, as he is likely the one who put out the bounty on that island.
Oh. Then yeah, he needs to be dealt with.
You got 2 locations, or 3 locations right now. You got Aixa, Sedan, and the Godfall craters that you all got to go to.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm
Stares at
thinking,
endgame dungeon.
I'm thinking that dealing with power company is the important part.
That's the one we've been given a time limit for.
Indeed.
Okay, technically that's the one we've
Self-imposed.
given ourselves a time limit for.
To be fair, we gave ourselves a very long time limit. It's just fast approaching.
Yep.
Oh, right. Darren is going to go back to Dat and just like popping his head into the kitchen. If you want to sell some of that moose meat here, I bet we could find a way to do that.
Dak goes, but I just made a moose souffle. Though my stomach does hurt again.
Stop eating so much.
No! Empowering a city, it hurts.
There was actually another pun in there that I could have worked with and didn't for some reason. And I
Good.
only realized it out. No, he didn't
Good.
just make a big
Fucking
moose
good.
steak. He made a big moose steak.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, it's
That was
That-
obvious.
yeah. That was. Yeah.
Minuet, if any of your ancestors are here, I'm sure they're laughing at the moment.
That spell ran out a couple minutes ago, I think.
Sad. They could certainly use something to liven up their time in the afterlife.
Dak goes, all right, I'm going to contain all of that moose within myself, so that way I'm in a coma for a week. Have fun.
No, you're not. Don't waste food.
It won't be wasted. It'll be in me.
But that is food we could also be consuming.
Squint. Fine.
Unless you think
What-
you can pilot the ship, well, the shape of a meatball.
Show you a meatball.
Well- And any food that you eat that you didn't need to goes to waste.
Or rather, goes to brighten a city, or something, I guess. Which
Fuck those guys.
exactly.
No, you. That one was another pun.
Oh well, I refuse.
So
Get
how
I
many-
refuse.
It goes to waste because
Yes,
you know.
we get it.
I refuse. Not allowed. Not allowed.
Illegal.
Right. Cirrus, you are going to come with me.
Coming.
Oh,
We
this
are
is gonna
going...
be punishment for one of you.
Oh, it is going to be punishment for her. She is going to be helping carry my scroll supplies.
Did my mic go out?
Oh no.
I got mic checked.
Oh.
Audio gone?
Oh no.
It should be working, though. Check, check.
Yeah, the audio signal at the top is gone. I can't.
Oh yeah, it's gone.
What the heck? We're not playing any music. Are we being
What?
muted?
No, like if the. I don't think streams get muted in real time. Just the VOD gets muted.
Well, what's going on then? Because
Let me refresh and see.
I mean, that sounds to me like your audio source isn't transmitting.
Okay, so maybe...
Say something here.
checking, checking.
Yeah, no, it's not transmitting.
1 second. The hell?